During the midst of the Clone Wars, shortly after the death of Savage Opress and the creation of the Shadow Collective, the sinister Sith Lord Darth Maul would be captured and held by Sidious and Dooku on the planet Stygeon Prime. Sidious speaks to Maul in his prison chamber for a moment, and Maul tells him that he should just kill him. "It would be wise to kill me.
Do not mistake the fact that I have allowed you to live for compassion, my former apprentice."
As Dooku enters the room, his presence immediately fills Maul with utter fury, his eyes burning as bright as the lava banks of Mustafar. So this was his replacement, he thought. Sidious and his new apprentice walk out of the cell and discuss other threats they must deal with, particularly Mother Talzin, a witch of Dathomir. Dooku informs his master that General Grievous disposed of Talzin when he infiltrated their planet and massacred their entire race. Sidious tells Dooku that Maul being alive is proof enough that Grievous failed in his mission of destroying every single Night Sister, and unfortunately he missed the most powerful one. They come to the agreement that Talzin must be dealt with if Sidious's grand plans are to come to fruition. However, things get complicated when the Death Watch, Maul's Mandalorian companions, break into the facility and take out a number of guard droids. Led by Gar Saxon, the commander of Death Watch, the Mandalorians continue to wipe out any droid in their path while making their way to Maul's cell. Meanwhile, still being held captive, Maul tells Dooku that he expected more from him, especially after hearing so much about him betraying the Jedi and being his replacement as Darth Sidious's apprentice. Dooku shrugs this off and orders Maul to give him the locations of all the Shadow Collective bases, but Maul refuses, resulting in him being electrocuted by Dooku's force lightning. Maul's allies eventually make their way to his cell and free him from his bonds, leading him to escape.
"Lord Maul, we're gonna get you out of here. Can you walk?"
"I have become indifferent to pain." As soon as they flee from Stygeon Prime, they make their way to the planet Zambar to a secret Shadow Collective base. However, Dooku sends Grievous after Maul, where they engage.
"Maul, your end is at hand."
Grievous sends out his bodyguards to dispatch of Maul, but are no match for the power of the Sith Lord. Wielding the darksaber, Maul cuts down his enemy swiftly, full of rage. Just as Maul finishes cutting down every guard, the general of the droid army jumps off his ship and stabs his lightsabers into one of the Mandalorians just before Maul lunges at him from behind. They lock into a duel, and Maul tells Grievous that he's more than a match for the cyborg, and Grievous responds by telling Maul that his efforts are useless because the Death Watch may be skilled warriors, but the droid army is unending. Just as things are looking down for the Sith warrior, his gauntlet fighters swoop in and bomb the Separatists from above, taking out many battle droids in the process. This distraction gives Maul and his remaining soldiers enough time to escape, where Mother Talzin directs Maul and his soldiers to Ord Mantell, the location of the Black Sun's base of operations, a crime syndicate in league with Maul, his soldiers, and the Pikes as part of the Shadow Collective. Talzin also lets Maul know that there will be aid from Dathomir soon. Once they land on the planet, Maul devises a plan in which his forces will trap Grievous and Dooku by luring them into choke points and using their numbers against them. One of the Death Watch informs Maul of an incoming transport from Dathomir, revealing the support of the Night Brothers sent by Talzin, being led by Brother Viscus. Maul is pleased and they prepare and await for the arrival of the droid. Coming out of hyperspace, Grievous orders his soldiers to fire down at the stronghold below. Subsequently, Maul orders his men to engage with the droids in a ground assault, while he leads his warships in a surprise attack on Grievous up in space as part of his plan. While Maul focuses on capturing Grievous in the midst of warfare, Dooku battles the Night Brothers down on the planet below, where he uses force lightning to quickly incapacitate them. Maul arrives on Grievous's battleship and tackles him, demanding him to disconnect his droid army's command signal. Both Grievous and Dooku are apprehended, with Maul contacting his former Sith master, Lord Sidious, to enlighten him on the matter, telling him that without Dooku and Grievous, his plans would be thwarted.
Revenge is a dangerous game, my friend, and one you never seem to win.
I only lost when I followed you. Maul turns off the holoprojector and orders his men to take Grievous to the brig while he and Dooku discuss terms. Maul offers Dooku's freedom if he abandons Sidious and join with him, but Dooku questions Maul's likelihood of success, stating that there is no hope in standing against the sheer extensive power of Darth Sidious. Maul says with their combined strength they can defeat the Dark Lord, revealing that Sidious is weaker than they once thought, and that he actually fears Mother Talzin. Dooku tells him that Talzin once tried to assassinate him, but Maul insists that things are different now, leading to Talzin manifesting herself via her magic to let Dooku know that they can put aside their differences if he does choose to join them. Furthermore, Talzin tells him that he's being manipulated and used by Sidious Sidious as Maul once was, and to the Count's surprise, Talzin divulges that Maul is her son. Simultaneously and unceremoniously, Republic forces drop out of hyperspace and set course towards their location. As Maul tells them to block their transmissions, Dooku uses the Force to deactivate Grievous' cell door, allowing him to escape. Meanwhile, the Republic forces, consisting of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Tipley, Aayla Secura, Mace Windu, and a battalion of troops, land in the hangar. Dooku finally agrees to work with Maul, and they head towards the location of the Jedi, where Maul takes on Secura and Windu, and Dooku takes on Kenobi and Tipley. Kenobi and Tipley deflect a wave of Dooku's Force lightning, and Maul kicks Secura in the face while locking blades with Windu. Dooku effortlessly force pulls Tipley towards his blade and drives it through her stomach as Kenobi shouts in despair. Finally, Gar Saxon orders one of the Death Watch to launch a missile, causing it to immobilize the remaining Jedi and allowing for Maul and Dooku to flee. While on the ship, a representative from both the Black Sun and the Pike Syndicates contact Maul via holoprojector and share their feelings with him, worrying that the plan will fail and this conflict will have a devastating effect on them financially. Losing patience, Maul tells them that they will be paid when it's all said and done, and orders them to their respective sectors to finish carrying out the plan. I trust you're learning that season control is much easier than maintaining it. What would you know of control? Maul comes to the realization that Dooku is only playing along and puts him away until they arrive on Dathomir, where they come face to face with Mother Talzin. Without warning, Talzin begins to transfer her essence into Tyrannus' body, drawing from his life force and causing him to shadow in agonizing pain during the process. To the misfortune of Maul and Talzin, however, Grievous and Sidious tracked Maul's ship to Dathomir and land to greet them. Possessing Dooku, Talzin begins dueling with Sidious but is swiftly defeated.
You control Dooku's body, but you possess none of his skill.
Sidious then sends a burst of Force lightning towards Talzin, causing her to lose possession of Dooku and take the physical shape of her own body. Meanwhile, Maul and Grievous battle each other, slashing at one another with complete disdain for the other before Maul force pushes Grievous off a small ridge. Sidious and Talzin continue battling, with Sidious using Force lightning at his full power and Mother Talzin using her green lightning cast from her magic. Dooku awakens to help his master against Talzin while Maul feats her his strength, but to their failure, Grievous makes his way back to the fight, plunging his lightsabers into the chest of Talzin. Two Mandalorian soldiers drag Maul aboard his ship in an effort to escape while he screams in misery and anger, feeling helpless after the death of his mother. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you'd like me to cover more comics, please let me know in the comments below. Have a great day. See ya.